Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm grateful to have you here. Have you ever asked yourself the question, was I Hitler in my past life, or did I do something really terrible that I'm paying for it in this life? I'm going to be talking about repeating patterns in our relationships throughout our life, and what do they mean? If you like my content, please subscribe, like, and share. Also, watch this to the end of the video. I have some great metaphors and perspective shifts further in this video, which can really help you to take your power and confidence back. Have you ever noticed repeating patterns in your life where you feel like you're having the same relationship but with different people? The same scenarios keep playing out, living up to your beliefs of not being good enough. You find yourself saying things like, I always pick people to be in my life who walk all over me. People take advantage of me, and so on. Whether it's friends, significant others, or family. The reason that these triggering feelings keep popping up into different scenarios in our lives is because those are the parts of us that need our attention, the parts that need healing. That part of us that needs to be healed will still be there the next time we get into another relationship. It's like if we have an abusive parent and that parent dies. Even though the parent is gone, the trauma from the abuse still lives inside of us. So when the same scenario happens again with a different person, maybe somebody didn't show up when they said they were going to, which makes us feel sad or not being important enough to that person. We're triggered again. It continues to show itself. There's a million reasons why that person may have not been able to show up. They got called into their child's school, or they're exhausted and slept through their alarm. But our first thought is that we weren't important enough. Realizing these are our own personal beliefs about ourselves, something deep down is saying and believing this. We could be feeling low self-confidence, low self-esteem, not feeling good enough about ourselves, not feeling smart enough, feeling inadequate. Feelings like these things are happening to us over and over. Somehow this is our karmic debt. This is a victim mindset. Imagine if we did have all the confidence and knowing that we are smart enough, we are worthy. It wouldn't matter how other people acted or what they said, because they can't hurt you with their words if you don't believe it. If you don't believe it, people can say whatever they want, and you would look at them like, yeah, that's not true. It's your belief system that's triggering you, not their actions. So in reality, it's our inner child saying, this part of me needs attention, I'm hurting. When you say the words, you make me feel sad, you make me feel angry, you're giving the other person all the control over your feelings. You're saying your actions dictate how I feel. You lose all control. To take back your power, switch the words to I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel less than. Those words shift the responsibility of how you feel back to you. It's like when you're cooking and the handle of the pot is really hot. You don't try to change the pot to make yourself feel better. You grab a towel so that the handle doesn't burn you. Or like when you walk across a hot sand on a beach. You don't try to change the beach to make your feet feel better. You put sandals on so your feet don't get burned. We can't change the world's behavior to make ourselves feel better. We work on the parts of ourselves that need the attention. It can be really hard to look at ourselves and see that it's actually something in us that needs to be healed and that it's not the other person. To say, I am responsible for how I feel. Remember that everyone goes through this, and it's a part of being human. If you can get past that uncomfortable feeling of needing to look inward, that's where all of your answers are. Move forward with unconditional love and unconditional non-judgment and kindness for yourself, and look at those parts of you. The healing that can happen is so healthy, it's freeing, and it's worth it. Then you can go and look deeper into those feelings and ask yourself, why do I feel inadequate? Why do I have low self-esteem? Go back to the root of where those feelings started. They usually started from a belief system we developed as a child. Maybe somebody told you that what you had to say wasn't important. Your opinions didn't matter. You're just a child. What do you know? Breaking down self-esteem, confidence, and independence. Childhood is where we develop our initial belief system. Do you have an inner critic? Were you told at a young age that you needed to be successful or have great accomplishments to be loved or seen? Where did that come from? Who told you that? realizing where this belief system came from and seeing that the people that told us these things long ago didn't know what they were doing, didn't know what they were saying, or saying these things out of their own trauma-filled lives. This helps us to release it and let it go, to no longer believe it. All we can change is our belief system and mindset to be that healthier and stronger person. The way we find the wounded parts of ourselves is to watch and see when we're being triggered. So say if somebody has a playful personality and they like to mess around, and that triggers another person, and that other person who is triggered says, I want you to stop doing that because it makes me feel insecure. So the person is asking the other person to change so that they can feel better. But what that does is it makes the person who's being playful responsible for the other's feelings. And the person who's being triggered doesn't have to look at themselves and ask, why is this triggering me? Why do I feel insecure? And then heal those insecurities. Because what happens the next time somebody else comes along and has a playful joke, or the next person? If someone grew up in a family that used sarcasm and messing around as their love language, then to them it's normal and they don't have the intention to hurt. But to someone who was not familiar with that could take it personally. How amazing would it be to just allow people to do what they want, to say what they want, to act how they want, and it not affect us in a negative way? We could just be and observe and watch people be who they are, and we go on with our own lives as though nothing happened. How truly freeing and peaceful. Because when we heal ourselves, it doesn't matter how people are behaving, acting, or what they're saying. The world can do whatever it wants, be however it wants to be, and be who they are without us changing them to make ourselves feel better. Because when we know we are worthy, we know we are good, we know we are strong, and the world tells us that we are not, it no longer affects us. The more we work on it, the better and easier it gets. First, understanding where it came from and why it's there makes it easier to let it go and release it. Second, learning to have healthy, strong boundaries. Third, learning the difference between connections and attachments. Fourth, seeing a bigger picture, bigger perspectives. These will bring our aha moments and a much more happier, peaceful life. I'm going to end with some quotes. Sometimes the same negative patterns are happening in our lives because we keep thinking the same negative thoughts. The patterns and the cycle repeats itself until we break it by replacing our negative thoughts, beliefs, and faith with more positive, hopeful ones. By Jeanette Coran. Here's another. Understand the nature and influence of repeating patterns from childhood experiences or even past lives. Without understanding, patterns tend to repeat, unnecessarily damaging the relationship. By Brian Weiss. If you have any specific contents you would like me to talk about, please just drop it in the comment box. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I love you all.